5, 16, 19, 21, 30, 3, and 10. Check results. You remember?
Hey guys, it's number. I'm doing the voice thing again for no reason. It's just fun to speak in bad accents, I guess. 44, I want to say, and I'm doing another great impression of a homeless person. If you can see, then you know. Um, hey, I got a surprise today, guys. Nothing to report. There's nothing to report. It's like every day. There's nothing new to say. Um, Apart from I think I might be balding the pool mess. God, my that spot on my face that was kind of going away looks really like it's making a comeback. Um, so there's that. That's not the news, but yeah, I think I'm jumping on the Mescal train. Paul Mescal. I think Paul Mescal. Paul Mescal. Paul Mescal. Paul Mescal. Paul Mescal. Okay, I've now said it so many times it doesn't even matter. The Paul Mescal train. Um, yeah, I feel like I'm going to be on a big movie kick soon. A lot of films I want to check out, and I feel like I finally want to give After Sun a watch. Apparently, Paul is great in it, and basically, I wanted to see After Sun, but what I'm about is I can't. If I think I might like a movie or I might like an actor or a musician, right, whoever it is, if I see a bit of a performance, I think I might like them as an actor. I might want to jump on that train. I hear a song. I think, oh, I like that song. I want to check out the discography. First thing I do, first thing that's necessary. Why do I look so stoned? First thing that's necessary. I gotta go on the interweb, YouTube. I don't know why my no, don't know what that noise was meant to represent. I gotta go on the internet. I gotta go onto YouTube, and I gotta watch some interviews. And usually it'll be like if they're an actor, maybe I'll watch like actor breaks down iconic. Usually it's not because they're not old enough for that yet. Not that you have to, but usually you gotta have a career to break down iconic roles that kind of, you know what I mean. Usually it'll be like a GQ 10 things they can't live without. It's not exactly game changing content or anything, but you know, stuff like that. It's usually that or like it's actually me, where they tell them every single time to be like, it's actually me. You know, they say that, and it's just like, oh, you know, it's actually them. Yeah, so it'll be like interviews like that, usually at GQ or something. And basically, what I'm trying to gauge, as if like I'm hiring them for a job, I'm like, is this a likable person? You know, because I don't stand people. You know, I'm not like, you know, my tea's gone cold. I'm wondering why got out of bed at all. You know, but if I'm deciding, oh, I'm gonna back this person, you know, I want to follow their career. It's like the Palpatine meme. You know, I want to keep track of what they do. I want to, you know, go on their IMDb. I want to see if they've got any upcoming movies coming out. Oh, they do. I'll check them out, and that's usually how I decide what new films I want to see. I've got like a list of like 15, 20 actors I really like. Go on their IMDb if I'm thinking about, oh, what movies am I looking forward to this year? See what movies they got in the pipeline. I'll check them out because usually I feel like I just trust them to do films that are going to at least be half decent. Whether I like them or don't like them, I'll at least probably think they're all right. Maybe not for me, but at least I'll probably think they're all right. And I usually just go ahead and do that. Now, so it's like doing a background check. You know, if you're going to hire someone to work in a school with kids, you're like, oh, let's make sure they're not a paedophile. Let's make sure they're not a dodgy geezer. And I know that's an extreme example. Like, I'm not exactly scouring like GQ interviews to try and find out their criminal record. That's not really what it is. It's more just to see what their personality is like. Because to me, like it's like a weird thing, I know, but I can't enjoy someone's art if I don't like them as a person. Now, I know what you're saying. You're definitely not saying this, but if someone is, let me just address it. But you're one of your favorite actors is Shia LaBeouf. You know, the Madman. To that I say, yes. Okay, that makes me. I understand how that makes me look now that I just said that. But I'm not defending it, right? I don't know. Like, if they then do bad stuff, you know, then it's like it's too late because I'm already on the train now. So I'm kind of just like, oh, choo choo. I'm already on the train. I separate art from artists, and I say all this bullshit and stuff. I'm like, oh, I still kind of want to see what they do as I still kind of want to see what they do with their films and that. But like, yeah, I don't know. It's probably a problematic thing to say, isn't it? It's not that What I'm saying is I don't disregard all the bad things they don't say. Oh, they're still a bad person. That she's probably lying about what he did. He's great. I don't defend him in that way. It's not like it's not like a what are they called, a parasocial relationship. Like I don't really follow any of these people on Instagram. I only follow like 10 people on Instagram, and half of them are like Chelsea footballers. Like I don't really follow, so it's not like I keep up with their life and I feel like I've got to defend them if they get into controversy. It's more just like the things they make. So like I'll still continue to watch the things they make. But yeah, so like it's weird as well because I feel like acting, you can kind of see how that makes sense. You want to find the people likable that you watch on the big screen, and that's not to say I won't watch a film with people who I think aren't likable. It's just that they will never be my favorite actors. You know what I mean? And it's kind of normal with acting, but with like music, I get it is weird. Like I am like a picky listener in general, but the people I do listen to, like I feel like I have to like them to an extent. Like I couldn't listen to people who like people who just kind of like, I don't know, it's weird. Maybe it just hasn't happened yet where I've been given this kind of dilemma. But like Drake is kind of like, Drake, Aubrey, he's kind of like a petty guy. And he makes good music. I don't really listen, like I don't put it into my playlist. But like if I can't, I don't know, if it was music that I really liked, it'd be hard for me to like be a huge backer of him because I'm just like, yeah, you're kind of annoying as a guy, you know. I don't know. So I was doing my background check on Paul Mescal. I thought, okay, he's a likable enough person. Yeah, you can join the list. You can join the list of, you know, obviously Shire's on there, but he obviously he's less of a likable person. But he earned his spot a long time ago. So he's on my list of favorite actors. We got Charlemagne, we got Zendaya, we got Adam Driver, we've got who else have we got? Obviously, like Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt. Like I think that those guys are great, but more so like when it comes to people I back in terms of acting, it's got to be people who have like came onto the scene within the last few years. Like I got to feel like, because I want to kind of see the whole journey, the whole career path. Like Leonardo's been doing it for as long as I can remember, and even probably the first films I saw of Leonardo DiCaprio was probably like his like 30th banger. You know what I mean? Although that means that I think the first time I saw DiCaprio was probably at school when we was watching what's it called, Romeo and Juliet. That's probably the first time I saw him acting something. Obviously, it didn't come out. Like, we didn't watch it when it was coming out. It was still an old film at the time when we saw it, but that's the first thing of his I saw. What other actors? I feel like there's definitely more. Barry Keoghan's quite good. Hope I said that right. You know who's decent? I haven't seen that many of his films. He's quite good. Lucas Hedges. Kelvin Harrison. Who else? Taylor Russell. Come on. Think. Use the thing in your head that you're currently speaking with. Well, you're speaking with your mouth, but it's the brain that's making the things. Also use that thing to think harder. I don't know. There's obviously more, but my brain's gone blank. I'm wondering why I got out of bed at all. I mean, I'm not even out of bed right now, so I'm not wondering that at all. Dog next to me. Just exposed that my dog is indeed sitting on the bed. Some people think that's gross. I'm sorry. I'm just sort of I'm just got a bad habit. That doesn't make sense. I guess it is a bad habit. I got a weak spine, is what I'm trying to say. And also, dog isn't ill. Dog has. I don't know why I'm saying it. Like, I can't speak English. Dog isn't ill. Dog is just kind of always been ill. The dog, not exactly ill. Like, it's not got a cold or something. It's more just that the dog has always been kind of just sickly. Not sickly, but just, like, I'm just going to be real. Like, it's a trampy little dog. Tramp energy, like crossbreed type thing. Always has fleas, and yet we look, we give the dog flea treatment and stuff, but she's out there running around chasing foxes, and yes, she is on the bed, and yes, I'm acknowledging she probably has fleas, but there's probably mice in the house. Probably we don't see, we're not anymore. Actually, we got a cat, and the cat kind of kills the mice, and if anything, the cat brings the mice. But what I'm saying is, it's like it's like every house. There's probably mice in the walls, or like that could get in, or like easier entrance. But I'm not gonna like do a deep like look through of the entire house to make sure there's definitely is a mice next to them. It's like not benefit of the doubt, but like what is it? What's the phrase? Ignorance is bliss, basically. What you don't know doesn't kill you, doesn't hurt you. And almost, yeah, like the dog always itching, like ears, got these big floppy ears that always like infected with something. This is great for Ian. Infected with something. Again, we got to give her little drops in the ears, try and sort that out. Like they literally expanded to like pillows. Like someone stuck like an air pump in there and just the pressure was insane. It was like they were like fat, like thick American style pancakes. That was weird. Now she's got like this huge lump under her eye. Doesn't seem to be causing distress. Haven't taken her to the vet yet. Only discovered it today. But again, it's just another one of these things. Don't know what that's going to be about. But it's just like always just feels like something's up. And I feel bad. I feel bad. I don't know if it hurts or not. I don't know. Dogs don't. I don't know if you know this, guys. You probably do. But like, they don't speak English. So I don't know. I just feel kind of bad. And don't know. I just feel like I'm making excuses because even if she wasn't ill, she'd be sitting here anyway. But I don't know. Shoot me down. Shoot me down, why don't ya? Yeah, you can tell. You can tell it's been more of the same. Not much happening. Not even got a quote for you. Meant to be doing quotes. Haven't really had quotes. To be honest, I did forget to do this, and you can probably tell it's quite late right now. But I remembered you can't break the chain. I'm not gonna sing again, but there's a song that just ended. And if you count down, then you'll never know me again. And then you can change you, never break the chain. Yeah. I didn't want to sing, but it just came to my head. Yeah, I don't want to break the chain. It's 43? Is that what we're on now? No, 44. Yeah, it just feels like, we're so close to 50, and I'm not going to break it after 50 either, but my hair is really dry. Yeah, we're going well over 100. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to break the chain, but I just thought definitely need to get to 50 at least. And yeah, man, I don't know, something about it's just really tiring me. Like I'm not sure if it's like being in the same four walls, like which is just like obviously that's enough to like just sort of drain you. Or is it just the country? Like I always thought, I could never not live in this country. I could never not live in this city. I up until probably 6 months ago, I couldn't ever not live in this city, let alone this country. And even though there's a lot of places I want to travel, like I couldn't live in America. I couldn't live in probably Canada or Australia or these places. But I don't know. I could probably stay in them for extended periods of time, maybe like 6-7 months or something. I just feel like I need to see a new way of life, a new culture, a new weather system, new people, new language, even maybe just new whatever's. And even if I hate, like, even certain things, right? Like, there's certain things in America I know I would hate. Like, I hate how they don't just add the tax on when you buy stuff. I've heard it's like you buy the stuff and then you go to the thing and then they add the tax. So you're like, oh, this is probably, if my maths is right, it's probably going to be like 29. Just round it to £30. It's going to be under 30, but it's just, you got 30, so it's all right. It's going to be around £30, and then you go there and you pay because the tax already on. But in America, it's like, oh, it's going to be like 30 cents, but then they're going to add like tax on, so it's going to be like 20% added on top of the 30 or whatever it is. So it's going to be like, or what's 20% of, I don't know. And if you haven't lived there, it's going to be a shock to you. So it's going to be a nasty surprise when it's like 45 quid actually, and like, whatever. I don't think it'd be that much more, but it was, okay, let's try and do the maths just for fun. Maths for fun. So it was 20%. 20% of 30 is, well, 10% of 30, is it free? Is it free, guys? Is it free? I want to say it's free. Right? It's definitely free, right? I'm not being stupid. Because you knock off the 0, so it's free. Which, if it is free, it means 6 would be 20% to be £36. I think. I hope. I really hope so. But yeah, I know that's something that would bother me. Tipping bothers me, which I feel like people get the wrong end of the stick when you say that. It's like, oh, what, you don't want to give money, you do really. I don't know why they'll just be like that. Like, wait, you don't want, so you don't want to give us money, so like, you do realize we make next to nothing, man. Like, you don't, like, we get paid like $2 an hour. You don't want to give us some cash or something. You don't want to, like, tips are how we get by. Like, I've given you good service. I've helped you out and stuff. You don't even want to you can't even spare some money. How much you meant to tip at 20%? It's like, why am I paying your? And it's not that I don't want to tip you. It's that, and it's not that people don't tip in England. But tipping is like a thing that it's like, oh, it's an extra. It's like, oh, thanks for the tip. Like, that was nice of you. It's I gave you some good service and stuff. Whereas in America, it's like, regardless of the service you give, really, like, obviously if it was like terrible, you're not going to tip. And like, they're swearing at you, calling you a fat bastard, something, you're not going to tip them. But like, even if they're like disinterested, like kind of just lazy, coasting by, which is how I describe myself at work. But even if it's just like that, you're getting tipped, because like, as the customer, for some reason, we have to pay your bills, not your actual employer, which is just why. That definitely makes sense. We got to do it, and it's like, it doesn't matter, regardless of the service, we have to tip you. It's just a weird system. And then if you don't, I'm the Billie Eilish bad guy. And it's like, I get it, because it's just the way it's set up, so we're not going to have to change that. Just get on with it and tip us. And it's like, yeah, I will, but in my head I'm thinking, oh, this is annoying. And also, if I forget, it's not out of, don't be rude about it, listen to the act. Don't be rude about it. Can't you hear the accent? I'm not from around these parts, We don't exactly do the whole tipping thing, so sorry. But my family, my sister's been in New York, and she's like, sometimes you forget, and they're like, oh, fuck you then. Oh, so you're not gonna fucking tip me? You're not gonna fucking tip me then, eh? So yeah. Why am I talking about this? There's things abroad that I know I wouldn't like, because it's just different. It's like, you're not used to it. And obviously, if you just always live that way, you just find it normal. But yeah, some things like that. But that was the reason I thought I couldn't probably stay in that country like that for a long time, because those things are just annoying. But it's just different at the end of the day, and you get used to it. And it's like, I just feel like, even though it's just different, in life, you're always going to have things you complain about, especially if you're a complainer. And regardless of if you're like doing great in life or doing not great in life, there'll be things you complain about. But it's just like, sometimes you just get bored of having the same problems, And I remember that a lot. Like, being through school, and obviously school problems aren't like real problems. It's just stuff like, oh, my freaking teacher won't he's got it out for me. He's got it out for me, man. Like, he's like, he hates me or something. The homework he gives me doesn't make sense. He's definitely like a nonce as well. And oh god, it's like, he's not a nonce. Stop Stop like putting that on his name. It's actually really, he doesn't deserve that. He just looks. He's just old. He's just an old man. You haven't got to say every teacher's a nonce. It's not. It's starting to lose its credibility now. But anyway, yeah. But when they're at school, and it's like, just like people telling you why what you're doing is important, even if you think it isn't for your life, and like go here and go there and get up at this time and go into this and then sit down, go in the lessons, do the thing, go in there and get the bad food from the thing and go home, go on the train, go to school again, do the lessons, do the teachers, 10 years stuff you don't believe in, it's this and that, and it's like, oh, you don't get it, and it's like, it's not that deep, but it just gets draining. I just remember thinking like, finally, we're done with this, and now what? Like, I didn't even finish the 2 prior years, and you're telling me I now got to commit to it minimum like 3 in university, and I didn't even finish the 2 ones prior. It's like, I just know I can't keep with this thing anymore. Like, and some people, it's like, I'm going to go to school for like 6 years, I'm going to get my PhD or whatever, I'm going to be a doctor, and I'm going to do it for... I can't imagine being like 22 or like 23 or 24 and still having the whole, I'm like a student and you're like a teacher, and there's like that dynamic going on. And like going to work is obviously annoying, because like, then you get managers who does like jobs worths and stuff, and like rota issues and not getting paid on time, and like getting paid minimum wage, and like or below minimum wage and working for commission. That's terrible, or stuff like that. Which is like, they're different, and it's like having to pay for your own travel and stuff now. Like, you're getting old and you got to do stuff, and like that's more annoying. But it's just different. It's like, at least I've got different things to worry about now. It's like different stuff, and it's kind of exciting in itself for that. And then things like, then you move out, and then obviously you're behind on rent, and you got like big boy problems and stuff. And it's like, I bought a dog, and the dog's got like a thing wrong with it. I've got to pay for like its surgery and stuff, and like things like that. And it's like, I just crashed my car, and I've got to pay for that on my own. And it's like, I just got to let go of my job, and it's like this. And it's like, and that's kind of cool in itself for like the first 6 months, a year. And it's like, it's like new things to overcome. And obviously once you get into 10 years of that same grind, you then get sick of that, and it's less easy to get out of that rut. Like, to leave school and go do something else, that's easy. To leave home and then do something else, that's easy at first. But then once you've been doing it for 5 years, you can't just get up and leave stuff once you've got commitments and things like that. And that's when things just get shoyed. And I think in England, it's like, I've seen it. I've been here. I love London and stuff, and I love the area, and I've not actually seen that much of it. I've barely been around this country, let alone the globe. But I just feel like, I don't know, there's a lot of places I've not been, and I'd like to just see what they're like, people and stuff like that. And again, just make life feel fresh again. Because at the moment, once you've been doing it, I just don't know how people don't get... I don't know if they are as bored as I am, or if they just don't get as bored as I am, and if that just comes for them later on, like they get to 30 and they start to feel it, or if everyone feels it by this kind of age. It's kind of like they just get on with it, and I'm just weak-willed, which is also a possibility. Anyway, rambled a lot there towards the end, but that's fine. I think this was 44. So next, this one's 44. One's 45.
Here with the kids, and I had like 3 kids, and the geezer was probably on like maximum 20 bags a year. Like the most boring bloke you'll ever meet. He was like,